Hey everyone, welcome back to CryptoCache. Thanks so much again for joining me here. I hope you're having a phenomenal day. Let's take a quick look at Solana, see what's going on. Check out the backend data first here, just kind of reference a few key factors. Again, if you're new to the channel, welcome aboard. If you're new to trading in general, I would recommend maybe considering joining our Trading Academy community or Signals group. Link down below. There are limited slots available. We bring in some new features as well. Exciting to have some new people over. Make sure you read through my Signals guide. That's available in our Discord and our homepage. Just kind of some recommendations for how the trades are set up. Also, we have trade alerts now, a new function kind of giving you some details on my thoughts and liquidation levels for trades just before we take them, so you can kind of have an inside scoop. All right, so let's take a quick look here at the liquidation levels. We can kind of see this lower level at 158 just got swept pretty hard. There is more liquidation of between 152 and 148. So the most recent low here, the low from, what was it, the 16th, that's roughly earlier yesterday, we can see that we have some price action for lower liquidation levels at 150. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, that's the area of interest for us because that puts us down at this lower fib level here between 148 and 150. That is an area that I'm looking forward to getting entry. Okay, so because again, that would give us our fourth leg down, or correction, that's the second leg down, our fourth wave essentially, and potentially bounce off that ascending trend line. And more important, we got 148 as a previous support level, previous resistance, which is now acting as a support. Okay, so again, so that's why we see this green bar here and the red bar up top. The red is resistance, green is support. Again, I post this on my playout charts in my Twitter, Telegram, and Discord, just so you know. But generally speaking, liquidation levels are there's more below us than above us at this exact time. Now again, we have a previous resistance range, which is this lower range of this resistance at about 156. We close below that, we should probably see further downside. Again, that's not a guarantee, but other contributing factors need to be present. Let's see if those are there. So if we take a look at the daily, we can recognize stochastics getting to its top, basically letting us know that it's hitting somewhat of an overextended state. Big surprise, we already know this with most alts. We can see the RSI, however, between 50 and 70, and money flow index is increasing. Generally with MFI being high like it is, it implies there's going to be sustainability. So do I feel like we're going to see a massive sell-off from Solana right now? Probably not, but if Bitcoin does come down to the 62K range, which is probable, it's at 0.5 fib level for Bitcoin, or possibly even just say 60,500 to sweep that CME gap just below at that 0.382 fib level, then there's a good solid chance that we will see 148 retested. So my consideration would be to get in around 148 to 150 in that range there. That's just generally what I'm thinking. Again, the daily time frame still looks pretty strong. All moving averages are kind of hanging out right in that upper support range here between 140 and 150. So I think there's a solid amount of a solid reality that 150 to 140 will be a pretty good area to dollar cost average. So I might actually send that out as a potential spot considerations there for our community. Again, that's coming this week, as a matter of fact. Take a look quickly at the 4-hour time frame. Let's recognize the important stuff here. We're testing the 20-day SMA right now. Is that a big support level? No, Bitcoin's doing the same thing. And I can tell you that generally being above it is advantageous. Being below it just implies we got to pay closer attention that the price could continue lower. We're not just blindly taking longs right now. Okay, that window of opportunity is closing, if you will. Taking a look at the 4-hour time frame, we can see that the price action here with the RSI is getting closer to 50. That's commonly a bouncing point. In a perfect world, the price comes down to 150, bounces off 50 on the RSI, and Bob's your uncle. We take off from there. Again, it doesn't just work out that way, but ultimately staying over 50 on the RSI is what we want to see for us to have this continuation of convergence, if you will. Take a look here. We have a divergence on the 4-hour time frame. Bitcoin is exhibiting the same behavior here as well. That's half the reason why I notified my community to wait to take some long positions here. Again, that came in shape of our trade alerts, basically just letting you know that we are more likely to see 0.5, 0.382 fib levels for Bitcoin. Not because this only, but this is a pretty big deal. It's like a 4-hour divergence tells us that we have more likelihood of the price action continuing lower. Now, do we have support right here in this range? We have 155. Yeah, that is that, 0.5 fib level there, about 155. So yeah, we could very well see the price action bounce off this range. In fact, yesterday I anticipated or mentioned that this is a potential area of solid support. Okay, there's a lot of reasons for that, but larger time frames we have that point of control as well. So we'll see if this level holds. But generally speaking, if we close at 155 or lower today, then there would be a solid consideration for the price pulling back to that lower, the 148 to 150 range. Again, I keep saying 148 to 150 because that is an area that I've been wanting to get in all week, ever since the price took off, and it just makes the most sense for us to get a pivot there based on that being an ascending trend. and a very, very strong support level based on a macro point of control. Okay. All that being said, the hourly time frame, if we look at Ichimoku Cloud, we can confirm here as well that we're still above the cloud, ish, barely. The lagging span is now below or within the price action. So that basically just implies that if you have a long position open, you maybe want to consider closing it. The conversion line and the baseline are compressing. They're basically intersecting, which implies we have a shift in momentum. We've already seen that on the 4-hour time frame, and now the hourly is kind of telling us the same thing. And with us being above the cloud or within the cloud right now, that's generally a no-buy zone. It doesn't necessarily mean you just take a short right now and ride the wave, because we don't know if Bitcoin's going to continue to sell off, but it does look like it wants to continue to progress lower. So again, we get a lot of false positives if you look at the hourly, because it does tell us we have good momentum, but it also tells us that momentum is shifting on larger time frames. Me personally, the 4-hour time frame leads me to believe that we're going to see a bit of a correction here, and it would make sense to see this 148 to 150 range, possibly even 152 to 155. We may not see that low, but again, the more recent highs here lead me to believe that this level is possible. Okay, so again, those are just my thoughts here. Some guy online hoping to help educate people and become better traders that don't get destroyed. So again, if you want that for yourself, CryptoCache.tech is a site, link down below. I have a trading academy, community, and signals group, and of course, if you want to join up there, feel free to ask any questions if you have any concerns beforehand. Make sure you join us over here with BitUnix too. It's a phenomenal exchange. We got awesome links, or the link down below is an awesome reward option for you if you use my link to register. But no KYC or VPN for these guys. They've been awesome to us. Thanks again, BitUnix, and thank you too for whomever's been watching for however long. We've got some members that have been with me for over 3 years now. That's freaking awesome. So thanks again so much for that. Deeply appreciate the continued support. Hope you all have a good rest of your day. We'll see you in the next one. Take care. Thank you.